All right, Earth babies. Now I don't want to alarm you, but when I came in here to do the reading, was getting ready, get my laptop and everything ready. It was 9:09 a.m. Now when I clicked in to do the reading, it was 9:11. 911, boo. Now you could be seeing all those numbers. R99. You can see 1199, 199, 1099, or 911. And let's see what's coming out these cards for you. Now, just to give you a little bit of hope, let me read out the Angel 911 for you. You know? Because I don't want you to get your panties in a frenzy. You know? All tied up in a little knot. You might want to take them off and let it breathe. Let it breathe. Now, 911 is light worker. It says you're being called upon. Your guides call upon you to use your spiritual development to inspire others. Seeing this number is a message that you possess the gifts of spirit to remind people that their higher power rests inside them, not outside you. The time is now to make changes in your life work so as to carry out the divine calling. All right? Now, and 909, maybe pay attention to that. Right next to it, didn't I say it was 909? It's embrace today. You are confident. Starting over will mean new experiences, adventures, and mistakes. Get in the mindset where you can embrace all of this as a part of a better whole. Lie in meditation with your hands over your root chakra, the base of the spine, and repeat this mantra: I am confident in my abilities. All right, boo? Now let's see. What's 2:27 on the clock? Not on the clock, but 2:27 into the reading. Let me see. All right, we're gonna start out with some tarot. If I can find them, where they at? I guess I'm gonna use that mermaids. And we got the King of Swords. We got foresight, and it's telling you to take intuitive notes. Now, sometimes this indicates adventure, travel, good news, seeing something clearly, paying attention to those downloads, that calling, information. And here we have the crown. This is everything consistent up this area. You know, because be able to speak clearly, you got to see, as well as that third eye need to be open. All right? You see how she look like she blind? This is insight. That's the third eye. Both of them. All right? And the crown. Now let's see what's going on. Look at that. Hierophant energy. This is the matrix. Now this, everything wrapped up in the matrix. Then you got the Ten of Cups here. Now, it looks like you got some type of death and rebirth going on here with a new beginning. Now, maybe this newfound belief or beginning has something to do with family. Now, this does indicate, you know, domestic harmony. You see what's going on in here. You know? Let's see. Let's see. Now we got vision. It's giving me third eye. It's also giving me air because Neptune is air. You know. Now this is the number 26. Now it is giving me 2026. But it could be before that. I don't know. Yes, sir. Yeah. It look like you're gonna get clear on something. And we got retrogrades. Now retrogrades is all about review. And look at 44 sticking out. North Node energy. Sustainability. That's what that card is. And I think it got something to do with this 26. You know, the 6th house. Now we're going to read out what the challenge is in regards to sustainability, the 6th house. And the 18, and the sun. Now, the sun is usually 19. But 18 is here with the moon. You know, it's giving me beliefs. Sometimes I like to pull from this just because of that, that. But I'm going to pull from the other astrology deck just to get a little bit more clear. Now, I want to read out this card. I want to know what the challenge is. Because Spirit, when I was telling you that this gave me the year 26, Spirit said pay attention to the 2 and the 6. The 2nd house and the 6th house. Now, the 2nd house is all about individuality. You know, it speaks about you, how you show up. Now, this is 44. Now, this is the challenge of this card is where we can give you the illusion that you are taking care of business, but it does not further your goals. Now, let me see. Now, this is telling you to work smarter, not harder. The opposite of a dysfunctional situation is a sustainable ecosystem. It's saying to make your life sustainable, look at the time, resources, love, care, and sweat you put into your life and assess whether you are putting as much in as you are getting out and whether you're receiving as much as you put in. The input and the output have to match. Maybe not every day, but certainly every week or month. Or you cannot sustain the long haul. Now, the 6th house concerns your daily work, not necessarily your vocation or longed for career. It says if you're waiting tables to support your acting career, the 6th house speaks both of your day job and what you do towards that dream. Put in some time and effort on your dreams to bring these two paths closer to being one and the same. Assess your work environment. Besides the money and professional trajectory, most jobs offer an opportunity to bump up souls with others. A stage to work through karma and round out our personalities. Camaraderies can help you to create a healthy work environment. Attitude makes all the difference. Watch where you put your mind. Nervousness can turn into chronic anxiety, which taxes the health. Give your mental hamster something worthy to work on and keep them from merely spinning. Look at your daily habits and invest in good self-care. Make healthy food delicious and healthy activities enjoyable. Play with the dog. Or talk to the wild bird. Time with animals can restore the spirit as well as be great exercise. All right? I guess that's why Buddha is right there. You know, tending to the root chakra. look like you're gonna see it clearly. You know, because this is the matrix card. This represents relationships, jobs, beliefs. You know, all that. Let me see. Now I want to say that you got good cards. And now my rule is when 3 come out, I put it back. But it's making me pay attention to all of this. Because you got Leo right here. We seen retrograde. And this is what's in review. And at the bottom of that is your work. You know. And I see North Node. Now we got the death, the moon. I was just talking about the moon. And we got rooted and grounded. Right here. That's going to be lining up with this. I like it. It's good. It's good. It's good. I see you in balanced energy with the sun and moon lining up here on this Hierophant. Rooted and grounded with the family. You know. And your vision. That's that death and that rebirth with the 13. Dignified strength. Representing this Leo right here. Alright? That's it. Look what I'm trying to shuffle, y'all. Oh my God. Alright. Alright, Spirit, give me North Node showing up again. And something is showing up. Arrival, the first house. I see it in the beginning. Alright, now we're going to take this one. Yeah, you got some type of invitation and alliances. Now, it's going to be on this family, the 10 of Cups. Yeah. Now, you might even be inviting somebody. Because I'm just looking at the little girl right here. You know? And I see alliances. Conjunction. Now, maybe this got something to do with the law. Because this sometimes indicates the law, too. Could be a marriage. Could be adoption. I don't know. Now, you could be working for the state, city, something like that right there. Every time I get that conjunction card. But, you know, something is coming together. Yeah. Something is coming together. I see a new beginning. Now, let me see. Let's see what the challenge is of conjunction. 51. Now, if I yell out any number, you can relate that to anywhere may apply to you. You okay? Be wary of relationships that ask you to shrink yourself to fit them. And value the conjunction over individual growth. Now, I said that too had a lot to do with individuality. And you see, this is telling you to speak up for yourself, boo. Stand in your truth. See your worth with vision. Now, this is wanting to come out. Now, this usually is promotions, upgrades, needing, you know, baggage, travel. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you could be traveling for work. You could be moving somewhere. You could see yourself, you know, moving. Got something to do with your vision. And maybe you're hoping to do that. Elevate. Yeah. And look at that. Yeah, something is over. Something, now it could have already changed because it is in the past position. But look, the death card again, the 8th house, 9 of Pentacles, which, you know, enjoying the fruits of your labor. Freedom. Travel. The labyrinth. The maze. The journey itself. Somebody going somewhere. Somebody. Now, either you going to them, they coming to you, or something like that is going on. Something is coming together. Now, we read all that 911 out. Light worker, starseed. You know, seize the day. Now, it's so crazy that I did a reading for Aries yesterday, the 13th. And I posted it for the day, but all through that reading was number 14. And I didn't notice it until I uploaded it. And I only mention it because something could happen today. Because we all in Aries energy. Aries energy is going to be around here for a couple of decades. A decade or more. Now there's a message coming. Now this is notarized with this little red thing right here. Right here on this Hierophant. You see, she got pen to paper. Now there could be a contract or something like that. You could be receiving a letter. It looks very promising. It's lined up with the sun source. Downloads, visions. I don't know. It's a message. Now that card even said something about going outside and the birds, talking to animals, you know? Attuning yourself. You seen it? Something going on. Down across the bears here. This ain't yours to carry, boo. Now, I am looking at the 6 of clubs here. It looked like he had a lot to carry. We all have. But I see a victory and then a change. Now, I woke up at 5:50 this morning. And it's so crazy that in one of my readings that I was doing yesterday, 55 was hot, 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 hot. And I said, damn, woke up at 5:50. What is the world going on? Now, let me see. $5.50. Now, there's the birds. There's the 12. You know, that's that conjunction. There's nowhere else to go but back to 13. And the 13 represents the ether. You know, synergy, introspection, and its investments. 7 of Pentacles, 12. Now there's the mice, and the card did suggest that you don't fall to any intrusions in regards to illusions. In regards to knowing your worth. Don't get all up in your head. I don't know. We gotta figure out what's going on here with this. Because the mice is at the bottom of the deck with the invitation. You know? And it's the 7 of clubs. At the bottom. Stand up for yourself. Protection. And the tower is there with the number 19. Now that card suggests, you know, promotions and things of that nature. Jobs. It's the matrix card in this deck. Now let me see. I said I was going to pull from that other deck. Let me see. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on. Especially with this daggone family card. And this conjunction. And now we got water. Yeah, you know, somebody might be moving over water. You know? Could be traveling by plane. But we got air and water here. We could be dealing with an air sign. What I'm doing? Water signs, right? I think so. Yeah. Now you showing up right here. Let's see, 69. Cancer. But yin and yang. Now this card does represent spirituality, emotions, intuition, and compassion. Let me see. And the moon is here. Pay attention to your emotions. Any red flags? Now I do think you're going to see something clearly. And you might speak about it. And it could have something to do with a travel, a vision, Ten of Swords is also aligned up with this, which is also 13. I just noticed that. Let me see. $11 though. Ten of Swords and that King of Swords is 11. Intuition. And we have Yin, which is feminine energy. We just seen the moon. Intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. Yeah. Right there with that feather, that letter. Now maybe this is coming in from your higher self. Let me see. And we got the 5th house. And look at the conjunction at the bottom of the deck. Passion, play, children, confidence, creativity. Right here with the family. There could be a new addition to the house. Could have something to do with children. I'm saying something new. Let me see. Let's pull from the heart as well. I think I'm going to pull from a couple of decks from you. Then I'll chill out. Come back. Regroup. Gotta figure out what's going on here. Now we got a martyr. Now this is learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. And you have the visionary. And look at that. Look at that. Now I think this, you don't have to sacrifice yourself for others. You know, there's nothing wrong with being of service to people, but not to, sacrifice yourself in turn. Ain't nobody telling you to go out there and jump in front of no buses for people. Now you have network and scribe sticking out here. Now maybe you want to update your resume or something like that. That could be this right here too. You could be sending out, something like that. Yeah, because you're writing something here. And you got the scribe and the network as I move to this visionary. And I think you're going to see something because she got the crystal ball. I think it just definitely has something to do with your future. And don't forget to play. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what that's talking about. With this 5th house. Attuned to nature. There's some type of message coming your way because this is also a bird. Now sometimes, you can hear a bird on a video and it'll give you a message. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I stopped on the internal child. I want to say that you have a lot of colors up here that represent the sacral as well. Yeah, and look at the gambler. And that's on the family. Willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. I don't know. Now you see in the doubt right here. Now there could be somebody else. Look at the Queen. It's giving me somebody, maybe caught up in the belief, capitalism. The Matrix, per se. Yeah. And it's martyr. Don't sacrifice yourself for nobody. That's what it's giving me, Let me put this part down. Now, where the other one at? I'm like, where is the card? What? I didn't pull out one for that? Yeah, I was about to say, where is that? Alright, let me get it together, y'all. Let me see what's going on with the heart. And you got choose your battles with this martyr. Told you. Man, I told you, it's like you got a lot of sacral chakra energy going on here. You see that? Right there with the sun. It's giving me a real connection to source. That's right here. This is all about your creativity, Your vision. It's something in that regard. It's really about to pop off. And what I seen on the timer, 2:27. Damn, and I just seen 27 and 37, I think it was. But there you go, right there. Remember in the beginning? There you go. There it go. I think I want to read the angel number out. Then I said it was 2 minutes and 27 seconds in the Now you got open up, root chakra, shine, Leo, as well as sun, and embrace the world card. Something is coming full circle. Do not let your fears hold you back. Yeah, something is on the move. Now listen, it's right here. This is to your intuition. And remember, willingness to follow your intuition even when others doubt you. Because the birds is trying to tell you something. This is introspection, the 12th house. Alright, I had to start the movie all over again. Didn't I say the movie? I meant to say the music. But anyway, this is at the bottom of the deck. A move. Now let me read out this first. I ain't never read out the move on this. I'm dying to know what it say. I'm gonna give you everything today. Alright? Just stick with your girl. Stick with me. Stick with me, boo. what I said, 227. I was about to read, befriend fear. Oh. It says you are stronger than your fears. Fear is not an indication of success or failure. It just exists within us. As you manifest your goals and dreams, take into consideration your fears creep in and limit you. It's not going anywhere, so it's time to make friends with your fear. Write a letter to your fear, befriend it, and reassure it that you're okay. Okay, I like that. You see? That could be that. And didn't I say that this could be a letter from your higher self? Oh, okay. Now, don't take away from anything that I say. It all applies. All right? Now, I like that. Now, let me see what this love card says. I like that. Let me see. Oh, move. Not love. I want to see. All right, now this book got a couple of sevens in it. Now this says, now is the time to be proactive regarding matters of the heart. It says, if you're looking for a relationship, take an initiative to find one. Take advantage of the many ways to meet your soulmate. This card is about action, action, action. Now, you can also relate this to career, because it is a love deck. Now, it says, if your current relationship is not moving in the direction you wish, do whatever is required to shift the direction. You're the master of your own destiny. Right here with this martyr. Don't sacrifice yourself for others. And that includes your relationships. Don't wait for others to make the first move or to set the tone of the relationship. Take charge. Now, it says creating and sustaining a good relationship requires discipline. It's not enough to be in a relationship. You must invest. Now, we've seen all that in the beginning. And you have an invitation. Now, this could actually be a new relationship. Because sometimes this can, is something that you can touch. And it does indicate, the male. You know what? And look, with the key. Now, I don't know how this got on the top when this was there. But it's there. And we've seen the open up card. Now, maybe you got a lock on your little heart. I don't know. Says something about invitations. Says something about something coming together. It's talking a lot about relationships. Now, everybody, I know a lot of people don't want to be in a relationship, but that's not everybody. All right? Some people want to be in one. Let me see. Now, a partnership. Let me see. I'm all on control. Maybe that got something to do with something. Releasing control. Now, let me say, it's not good enough to be in a relationship. You must invest in it as well. Now, it says be present and in the focus of the relationship. Give every relationship the opportunity and the time that it needs and deserves to flourish and grow. Any type of relationship, friendship, work relationships, or whatever. It says now is the time to focus on your needs and the needs of your partner. Make the effort to maintain healthy boundaries for yourself and to respect the boundaries of others. And I said, maybe it got something to do with control. It says, now, while rewarding relationships require effort, there must be a balanced effort from both partners. Perhaps it's time to examine your relationships. Are both partners putting forth equal effort to make the relationship work? Are you comfortable with the amount of effort your relationship requires of you? If any relationships feel draining or it's not worth the effort, then perhaps it's time to move on. And we see the move. You know? Listen. You know? Because maybe this is a Dear Damn John letter. We see some choose your battles. We see some baggage going on here. Tapping into your emotions, boo. Alright? And remember, any type of relationship, know your worth. You know? Don't let it fester and get out of control like a little Chucky in the McDonald's. Shit. Out of control. Now, let me see. Let's pull from there. And then we'll pull from some tarot. I've seen the Ace of Pentacles. Now you got the community right here with the 8th house. We know the 8th house represents mystery, other people's money, and all that stuff like that right there. And then you got 2 to see with the number 7. Now this is just like Hermit. Maybe you need to connect with your emotions. Sea salt bath, detoxify. But it is the number of completion. 2727. Now you could be saying 777, or you can be saying 2727. I'm looking at it too many times down here. It's all over the place. 27 could be significant. Yeah. Message in the bottom. And it's really giving me from your higher self. If you know the story of the message in the bottom. Mm-hmm. Now, this might have something to do with service as well. Career. Because we know that you're a light worker. You got 2. There's always 2 cards that come down here. Now you got Truth Be Told. So crazy. The day the 14th. Now you might find out that today, because I did mention that today. For some strange reason. Had nothing to do with this reading. And I said that. And Never Ending Story is here. With the number 37. Right there on that family. There's something going round and round and round. Maybe you need to come home to yourself. That is 50. See some change. Now let's read out what the Never Ending Story telling you. Now 14 we know is temperance energy. The mind. Pay attention to your intuition. Truth be told. You about to be told something. Yeah, little birdie gonna tell you something. Now this birdie might be a real person. But you about to learn something about whatever's going on here. in the back. Let me see. Oh, God. 139. I think does say something about something coming to an end, closing the cycle out. Now, there's a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurts and loss. We see it over here in the 8th house and community. Rejection, humiliation, self-loathing, and arrogance, all manners of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, lest your world comes crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost the piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. Confirmation. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. Yeah. Because we got the beliefs and the message and to the sea, the visionary. It's how you see yourself with the feminine energy. You're a mother. Rejection. You could have been rejected. Bad parenting from a mother, father, Boy, I'm telling you, boy. It's hard to come about those cycles of rejection. Looking for love in all the wrong places and all that crap. And I was just thinking about relationships. You just think about that first crush and people swear they're in love. You just be in the illusion of love. I've just been looking at a lot of 48 hours and how people lose their self in relationships and be that martyr, sacrificing their self for love. Get out here with these busted men and just pull them to the pits of hell. Or a woman. Vice versa. You gotta have control over your body parts. Yeah. Because we be just caught up in lust, instant gratification. A lot of the times. Now the Ace of Wands is here. We see it at the bottom of the deck. I see something new. Now sometimes that does represent the man. A relationship. And we got the Page of Swords. Community, gossip, word of mouth. Gemini, two-facedness. Right here in this community. There's something going on. It's giving me a monitoring spirit. People in your business. It's giving me all that. You about to get up from out of that. Yeah. 3 of Wands. Foresight. You see it. You can't tell me you don't see it. I see the travel. This is moving forward. Now, this usually indicates good news. Now, it might not appear to be good news to you, but knowing the truth will set you free. Yeah, the 5 of Swords. You see the deception right next to this. Now, it's all over here in the past, but it's right here. And maybe it's that never-ending story from all this shit back here that got you still caught up right here. All those lessons that you learned back over here should be telling you about these new things that's coming in your life. Pay attention. Don't give them the benefit of the fucking doubt. Shit. You better listen. Yeah, 6 of coins. If it ain't an equal exchange, you can send them packing. Now it's up to you. And you got the 10 of swords. This shit is over. In the 4 of cups with Buddha. Yeah, he reflecting on that past. You know? Reflecting on it. Detaching. Letting it go. Now look at the Queen of Wands, and she came out in reverse with the truth be told. This is a whole this Oshun energy. Before she even rose above, out here spreading it thin. Never end the story. Truth be told, that's toxic as hell. That's the root chakra. And it's the Sagittarius with the number 14. That's who that is. And the 9 of coins. Liberate yourself from that. Man or woman, that's the mental. It ain't even got to be going on. Yeah, 5 of Cups in your feelings. Boy, if I didn't spirit on the 5 of Cups, again, this could have been a long time ago, but it's just still something that's going on inside you in regards to your feelings. This is all about your self-esteem. And it's 2 cups. Now, in the 4 of Cups, it's 1 cup coming in, you know, that represents your intuition. You know, and that cup that's coming in, you know, I even said that it was sometimes an apology, but it's to self. It's taking accountability for the part that you played in it. Now, there's 2 cups and this one on the other side. Your masculine, your feminine coming into balance, boo. Getting rid of that same damn story that you keep telling yourself. And we all do it. Yeah. 3 of coins, community. Right there. Same relationships over and over and over and over and over again. That's because your own self-worth. Yeah. Your own self-worth. Mm-hmm. Three of Swords. Now it is on the side. And it is kind of leaning to the back. And it's right here on this Ace of Wands. Yeah, relationship. 7 of Cups. Dreams. Yeah. I'm telling you, those relationships. That wand. The magic stick. Got you all jacked up, boo. Whether it be your own damn magic stick. Okay? All them soul attachments. Shit. You don't know who you are today. All them damn souls rambling around in your mind. All those relationships. Let me see, a card fell on the floor. And it's the Page of Coins. Finding your way home, Dorothy. And she fell on the upright. Right here on the Page of Swords. And look who at the bottom of the deck. The Page of Cups. Now this is all new. Yeah. It looks like you're going to get all 3 little body parts back together again. your mind, your heart, and your energy. Right here with this 3. 33. Mm-hmm. And the 3 of swords. 333. You could be saying that. Yeah, but something is over. I ain't playing around with them no damn more. Those thoughts are people. And it came out on the 5 of swords. And it came out. And the King of Swords is here. Right there. Moving to the 10 of Swords. 11 Swords. Visionary. Get your mind right. To the sea. Then you got the 9 of Swords. On the 10 of Swords. 19. Damn, you about to see this shit clearly. Oh my God. 19 swords. 19 swords is 10 swords all over again. That's over. The Chariot. Moving freaking forward. Getting in your car and burning rubber. Leaving skid marks, boo. Oh my God. Listen. Listen. Yeah, there you go. The King of Swords right here on the Queen in the reverse. Woo, boy. What I talk about, that's some toxic shit right there. But you know what? I want to say that I kind of like it because it's on Truth Be Told, and it's coming from the root, the gut, the pit, the dark, the depth. That shit is coming to the light. You got to know this. Yeah. You going in the damn dark. In regards to whatever this is. I see Oshun being born. Look, the 9 of Wands. The wounded warrior. Have to make that change, but look at that 5. 14. Today. What that card said? What it was? 909. What it say? Embrace today. You are confident. Today. That's a lot of cards. I ain't doing all that. Shoot. This made me pay attention to that. That's that sacral. We'll take that. I want one more. And we got the booty at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Now I think I'm gonna do all these. I think I am. I don't know if they was in the bunch before, but I guess Spirit wants you to have a couple. I guess I got a couple of different messages for a couple of different people. Now I think I need to read the reverse, even though they're not in the reverse. I think I need to. Just because we got some situations going. And look what all the colors they is. All of them sacral. Chakra color. Hold on. Dang. All right. Let me see. And it's on page 51. And this is 51. So I want to say that this one is very important. Damn it, I turned right to booty. And they want me to read it because it's at the bottom of the deck. It says, Wise one, you are now remembering what you were born with, all the answers you are seeking. You have realized life is not about learning, but rather relearning. Letting go of the illusion so we can remember our innate solutions. Already embedded in you, boo. You have silenced the chattering of the mind to allow the whisper of the soul to speak, and are now beginning to truly read the vast textbooks that exist inside of you. This is a time to rewrite your story, authored by the greater wisdom of your soul. Now, sacral chakra, the chakra of creativity, abundance, and pleasure. Let these words be your mantra. Find what fills your cup and pour it all over the canvas of life. This is a time to put your creative projects first, the very ones you had on the shelf for months. This is also a time to work on shifting your relationships with money and to see it as an energetic tool that can bring you great freedom. This is also a time to focus on pleasure, what makes you feel turned on. Learn more about Tantra and cultivate the chakra, the divine feminine energy within. Dance around your living room and luxury oil your body. Treat yourself the way you would a lover. For you are your life's greatest joy. Now the reverse of this says creativity is like a fountain, and when it's not replenished, it runs dry. Has life gotten in the way of things you used to do that really lit you up? It's time to come back to them. Go back to those poems. Take out your old canvases. Begin singing again. Open up the cobwebs of your body and let the chakra movement come through. When you live a life you love, abundance flows your way and pleasures follow suit. Make your life an expression of the divine and ride the orgasmic waves of creativity. Yeah, that's what that 2 to C is. All that good jazz. I think you got this, boo. I think you got it. Now let me see what Tantra is. I don't know if I want to read the bottom because I'm tired already. I'm tired. This rolled me out. Now, it says you are expanding into liberation, moving past the dualistic mind that judges everything as right and wrong. You are headed to a greater truth that comes from integration. I told you, you're about to find out. There you is. Now it says the structured masculine and flowing feminine within you are merging. That's the conjunction. Now let me see where I'm at. Allowing you to move towards infinite consciousness. The mature masculine within you creates presence, focus, stillness, and determination. The mature feminine within you results in creativity, flow, movement, sensuality, and nurturing. Both genders require a balance of these two energies. Continue to invite in all aspects of yourself, your light, your shadows, and your chakra, your Shiva, your uncognitive, your intuition. It's all here. Now I want you to follow your. But if you even got a feeling that you want to gamble, take a risk on something, do it, because the gambler is here. You know, sometimes you got to bet on yourself. Sometimes you got to be a little risque. You know. Yeah. Take a chance. Take a chance. Now let me see what Yama's. I ain't telling you to be foolish. Now you said your kindness, compassion, generosity beam to all around you. You know, this compassion you display to all living things does not go unnoticed. Only honesty flows from your lips. You speak words steeped in truth. You display honor in your non-stealing because of your deep sense of control. You focus on what truly matters and have let go of excess belongings, practices, or non-possessiveness. Continue shedding all that does not serve you as you blossom closer to your higher self. Now I like this. You about to find out something. I don't know who that is. But I like it kind of because, you know, even though it's in the reverse, it just tells me that you're going deep in the dark, in the pits of hell, to find out, to come back. Yeah, you got to learn. You're going, yeah, I think they got something. It might happen today, but I think it's definitely going to happen, you know, right on the 18th as we go into Leo. And it's going to be at 0 degree. Yeah, with the sun. Damn. Wow. As the ruling planet. And everything. And you gotta think about all these other elements that's at work too, but you got this. You're gonna get your mind right. Get your mind right. Get your body right. Treat yourself like the goddess or god that you are. And I will see you on the next one. Hit that like button for your girl. Got this, boo.